Happy 4th of July to everybody. We've got a barbecue to go to, but before we get into the video, it occurred to me you guys couldn't see exactly what I mean by bumping and straight line retrieving because the camera's up here on my head. I hardly ever have anybody to go fishing with me that'll operate a camera for me. They get real camera shy all of a sudden. So I'm gonna take a couple of minutes here and show you what I'm doing. I don't even have a hook on this. It's being the 4th, we're gonna go to a barbecue. This is a deep lake right here. All right, finally hit the bottom. Once it hits the bottom, you're just gonna take up your line and just gonna kind of raise your pole up and let that weight just bounce on the bottom. And what that does, fish have a linear line that runs all the way down each side of their body. They pick up that bump. Now say something just bumped it right there and hit the weight. That's all I've got on here is a weight. Don't have time to fool with any fish today. The other technique, again, you're going to wait for it to hit the bottom. And once it's on the bottom, just a slow straight line retrieve. Stop it, let it go back to the bottom. A slow straight line retrieve. Let it go back to the bottom. You will feel it when they hit it. Raise the camera a little bit for me. Thank you. Raise it up. About 2 to 3 turns of your reel on that straight line retrieve. And the third one that you'll see me doing, I put some new line on here, is working it just like you do when you're using a plastic worm bass fishing. Well, I'm just raising it up. When you let it back down, that's when you want to take up your slack. And if you guys will try these 3 techniques when you go fishing, you will catch way more fish than you ever will throwing a bobber out. Now, I love to watch a bobber go under, especially when I'm crappie fishing. But you'll catch. You were fishing with a bobber beside me, and I'm using this. And I was getting a strike every cast.
Mm-hmm.
And you caught what, 4?
4 or 5.
And we brought home, what was it, 23 fish that evening?
I think so.
So, I caught, 19 fish to your 4. It works way better than just putting a cork on and balling your bait up. Now, I don't have a hook or any worms to go back over this, but I do show it in the video. All you're going to do is take your worm and just pull it right down on the barb. Don't thread it onto the hook. Just pull it right down onto the barb, and then you get a complete natural presentation. And especially if you're fishing in a river system, because their food is always moving. The current's pushing it past them. It takes a second in here. This is old gravel lake. This thing's deep. But you just a couple, 3 twists and stop it on that straight line retrieve. That seems to be the one people have the most trouble mastering. But there's nothing to it. It's just 3 turns and stop. 3 turns and stop. It's driving these little brim that are about this big crazy. They won't. It will trigger a strike. If I had a hook on, I probably would catch one right here without any bait. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful 4th of July. I hope you're not getting too hot. When I shot this video, we ended up in a heat bubble that evening, and I almost didn't make it back to the truck. The last fish you see me catching, I realized then that I had quit sweating and was in trouble. JB's running around. So give this technique a try, and I think you will have an absolute wonderful time fishing. It's simple to learn. You know, yeah, you'll get hung every once in a while, but I don't think I get hung as much as when I use a cork and a bobber. Panfish do the majority of their feeding on the bottom. So you're giving them a natural presentation, it's moving bait, and when they hit it to kill it and swallow it. So be sure you got you some needle nose pliers, because they're going to swallow it. I mean, they're that aggressive. You're going to think a bass hit it, and you'll catch everything, including bass, catfish, gar, everything loves to hit this. But anyway, guys, let's go fishing. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you're having a great 4th of July. Hey guys, welcome back. Some of you have been asking some questions, and one of it was, why don't I just say where I'm at. You know, I don't know that this place has a name, but I wanted you guys to see what it's kind of like going in and out. And the juvenile cottonmouths are moving. I don't usually hit them, but by the time I saw one, it was already under the truck wheel. JB's with me, but he's walking behind me. These boots are not 100% guaranteed protection, but it's a lot more protection than what fur would give. Where we're going is right through over yonder. Hey, come on. I know you seen a little mole. There used to be a trail going through there. There's actually a cemetery back up the hill there a little bit. A real old one. So I'm sure the place has a name. I just don't know what it is. I don't worry about them too terribly. Oh, excuse me. He's got a bathroom. Too terribly much on this trail going in. But coming out I do. It's 91 degrees and there's a small thunderstorm about 14 miles in that direction. Oh, you still gotta go? Okay. Well, you did eat 2 hamburgers. This humidity is rough on my lungs. Hey, behind me. No. JB. As we usually do it, behind me. Good boy. I do carry some rat shot in case I did come up on one, but they're an incredibly fast snake, and I just don't want him to get bit. I've been catching a lot of grief from people about JB getting too close to the water and the alligators. Those big ones don't lunge out at dogs. It's the 4 to 6 foot range that does it. And there is a big one down here, and a pretty good sized female down here too. Wild grapes on the ground. But if you guys have never seen a juvenile cottonmouth, I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was. They look just about the same color as this leaf litter here. Hey. I know you love. I know you love to be first, but come here. Don't make my back hurt any worse than what it does. Trust me, my eyes are always scanning for them. This is the same trail that we used to get to the crappie hole, but it's that's in the fall and winter months, and it's not grown up this bad. Uh-oh. Come here, JB. There we go. It's not grown up that bad that time of the year. I've taken you guys to this spot before, but some of you were asking to see how I bump and straight line retrieve. Well, it's the same way as working a lure for bass. I just hope that thunderstorm stays to the north of us. And it's a little bit after 6 o'clock in the evening. Ow! Hey. Let me go first. Nope. Let me go first. This next spot's kind of snaky. Well, it all is if you want to know the truth. If it was cool enough for me to get around to it, that's how we'd go to get to the crappie hole. These spiders are starting already in June. We're gonna have an early fall. If you're wondering why I'm stomping, the snakes can't hear the stomp, but they can feel the vibration. The problem with cottonmouth, the same with rattlesnakes, they don't always retreat. We're almost there. I was going to take the boat out now that the river's down, but it's just too hot to troll around in that boat. Down here side of the water, we'll have some air again. Yeah, that river come down. And there's no air moving. Hey, come on, son. I've stepped right up on adult cottonmouths and this duckweed before. Well, we made it. If you guys can see that sandy spot, that's the bottom. You can see all those bubbles coming up. I'm hoping they're on bed right there. But it's deeper right in here. But we're gonna catch some. Y'all give me a few minutes to get set up. Had to change batteries, guys. That GoPro got hot. May have got my bait. I tossed it out there. Seen something jerk it. Nothing's hit it, so I imagine it probably has. Well, got a good portion of it. About a week and a half ago, this river started falling. Where I'm sitting right now would have been underwater. And it's been like that pretty much all year. I'm probably going, yeah, I am. I'm going way too fast. Yeah. Slowed it down and one popped it. And there's a reason they hit it like that, guys. They're hitting it like that to kill it. They don't want the food to get away. They don't want another fish to get any of their food. And they don't want to get hurt. So they pop it real hard. It's not like fishing with a cork where you just see, you know, that cork kind of just going like that. It's way more aggressive because you're causing them to trigger a bite the way they would in nature. There's nothing wrong with fishing with a cork. Wow, that battery in my, I put it in my pocket and it's burning my leg. There he is. Ain't no size to him though. Those birds are beautiful. They nest on the swamp and then they fly out into cow fields and peanut fields and things like that during the day and eat bugs. Sometimes you'll see as many as 50 of them at a time fly through. And sometimes they'll just barely be off the top of the water. Uh-oh. I could have done a little bit better than that, couldn't I? How about that? That tree ate my bait. One more piece left here. Well, two pieces. But I know it's hot where you guys are too, and that can slow the fishing up, especially if you're in a lake. But this technique will help you to catch more fish. Well, that little bit of breeze right there is like pure heaven. If they're biting slow, just stop it every once in a while. And if they don't hit it, you can start right back to it. There he is. He actually had it when swimming off with it. Oh yeah, one more, JB. We'll have our dozen. Uh-oh. Hey, you're as big as my hand. You don't get to go back. Man. We got a real nice neighbor. She's up in her 80s. And, honey, can you bring me some fish? Yes, ma'am, I sure will. And I knew some of you guys had asked me about this. I've just been down with my back. So there's nothing hitting it, right? Watch what happens when we start back to moving it. Just a slow, steady retrieve with a little jerk. And that jerk's bouncing that weight on the bottom. And then we're going to stop it for a second. There he is, he's got it. Might be the best one of it. Well, no, he ain't. That one, though. And he swallowed it. You don't want to give it back. That line cutting my fingers. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let him have it. I'll just put a new hook on. I don't like having to do that, but there's my needle nose. How about that, bees? I got some homegrown worms in here to show you guys too. Uh-oh. I drop everything, don't I, JB? Yeah, you gonna laugh at me? Well, I do. I drop everything. JB will tell you, it could be a pack of crackers, a cup of coffee. But these weights cost money, so I'm gonna pick these up. Got on my fingers or not. Oh, there's one right there. If you guys are wondering, he had a bowl of water before he left, and he had a bowl before we walked down here. And I got some sitting in the truck. I've just learned if I bring it down here from, if we were going to be out here for hours, I would have brought some. But I'd have to be real limited to how much I give him at a time. But like all kids, he sucks it down and then he gets sick. And no, I don't want him drinking that river water. Pollution probably wouldn't hurt him, but he'd have a case of whips and roundworms like you wouldn't believe. And I know one of you's gonna tell me that you drink your river water where you're at all the time. Now these are some homegrown redworms here. I'm gonna do it in the same way. One of you had asked me, do I ever use redworms? And the answer is yes. Shellcraker love them. Or if you're north of Kentucky, red-eared sunfish. Oh, I probably should have set the hook on that guy. That ain't no big one, but I think there is a bed out there, guys. And anytime there's a bed, you're gonna get these little juveniles because they want to eat the eggs. Fish are carnivorous. Now, if that river was up some, there'd be so much current turning come right through there, I could just throw it out and let the current push it back till it dropped it, and pick up some big fish that way. I want to get on this river and do some pot bug fishing soon. I think you got my bait. Yep. Get out of here, bug. They're not real long, but they're fat with cornmeal, which puts a scent out that the fish like. So you can raise redworms, right, even if you're in an apartment. Oh yeah, there we go. He hit it hard enough, he swallowed it, I think. Ain't no size to him, but well, I don't know about that. No. Just coming out of that deep hole there. I don't want to mess with these little ones around a thunderstorm. 5 minutes, bees? Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, guys, I gotta go in 5 minutes. I gave JB the option. He could just stay home if he wanted to. And when he stepped out on the porch, he was like, well, I don't want you to go by yourself, but he does not like hot weather. He came from a very cold northern state. This one's got a little bit more weight to it. Nope, just the way I hooked him sideways. A foul hooked fish will always feel bigger than what it is. I'm not going to sit here and feed them all my bait either. I just want one more good one and we're out of here, guys. I think y'all can see how I'm doing this. I tell you what I'm going to do. Of course, if you watched it this far, you'll already seen that. I'll video it where you guys can see me throwing it out in the yard and what I'm actually doing in the beginning of the video. Now that one might be that one I was wanting, JB. Might be. Might be. Yes. A keeper, Bills. A keeper. Cracker's what I really, really want. You see the bubbles on top of the water from where that fish was? That tells me that the oxygen level is not quite right now for him to be up in real shallow with the heat. That heat drains that oxygen. Probably why they're not on bed out there anymore. As they should be. When I stop it, what I'm doing, guys, I'm watching that line. And I should have watched it a little tighter because he got me right up underneath that. You got guys that commercially catfish this river. I'm sure the game warden would argue with me and tell me no, they don't. But all he's got to do is go with me anytime this river comes up. And mouths of creeks like this, they'll run them trout lines all the way across, and you're not supposed to do that. If I'll ever get this hook bent back or not. I hate this arthritis in my hands. Not only does it hurt and steal the agility out of your hands, it steals the strength out of it too. These little wire hooks are easy to bend. Give me a second, I'll get it. Let's get a hold of it here. Really should be bending further than that. There we go. There's that other half I was looking for. All I'm doing is just hooking it just like that, just where the barb's covered. And letting it dangle down because that's going to look absolutely natural to them. Although I don't throw back this way, I shouldn't get in that trout line again. You don't want to use more weight than what you need to get to the bottom with. You know, I took my aunt fishing here, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I'll get around to putting that video up sometime here. And she, I told her, I said, well, they're on bed up here, cast up here. Well, she did, and it sounded like somebody threw a brick in the water. Never use more weight than what you need to get to the bottom with. There he is. Oh, I missed him. I was looking up at those clouds because I heard some thunder back over that way. It wasn't supposed to come this way, but it might. And I'm trying to relax where I can show y'all how to do this. And between the steroids for my spine and worrying about that lightning, I've got 5 herniated discs now instead of 2. No, I didn't fall. I didn't do it throwing that cast net. All I did was get over on my, there's one right there. Just getting over on my stomach at night. So they want to do a couple more tests of some sort. And then I guess they're going to put hardware in. I hope not, but I don't want to have to go through a 3rd surgery. I had one back in 2018 on a Tuesday. The following Tuesday, I was watching something on television. Commercial came on. Went to get up from the couch and sneezed as I was standing halfway in that bent position and blew the disc right back out. Usually I would go a whole lot faster with it, but with everything being like it is, I don't want to miss what fish are here. Generally I'd be moving it a whole lot faster. There he is. Oh my heavens. Oh, they're there. If he didn't get that bait, he'll hit it again. What we're doing is watching that line. Well, I hooked something else down there, but I got off of it. Yeah, if you guys will stop balling your bait up on your hook. Now I'm hearing it behind us, JB. And wasn't nothing behind us earlier. But if you'll stop balling your bait up on your hook and let that bait dangle, you'll catch more. It looks more realistic to the fish. Oh my heavens. I'm feeling some heavy fish down there hit. And I'm distracted by so many things right now. This river system's no joke. There's a lot of dangerous stuff out here, and you have to pay attention to all of it. Yeah, that gator's still laying there though. Well, bees, we may have to cut out of here in just a few minutes, but let me see if I can pick up a couple more and show everybody how we do this, okay? We'll let that get to the bottom. And we just want to bump it along that bottom. You'll feel when they hit. And when you think one's hit it, just let you tip your pole down, let there be a bow in your line. Because if he takes it, it's going to walk off just like it's doing right there. And you just come up and let it back down. Take your line up as you're lowering your pole back. That one thump, he got it. And he would have got it whether it was balled up there or not. These are some pretty good sized shellcraker over there. And I'm gonna make a mistake in a minute and set the hook on. I prefer a medium action rod when I'm doing this. That extra stiffness kind of helps. This is one of my crappie rods here, and it was already rigged, so I just grabbed it. And it doesn't hurt to stop it when they're biting slow. Now if they're biting pretty fast or pretty regular, there he is, you don't want to stop it because they'll stop chasing it. Another shellcraker. Not the size I want. That's part of the problem, that hook's must not bent. There we go. That should help us right there. I just hit the bottom. Uh-oh. I know that was lightning I seen. Pretty sure it was. I didn't hear any thunder. I did not hear any thunder. I got a feeling there's one right there. What happens late in the evening, guys, in this part of the country, when we tend to get what's called heat bubbles or heat domes. And what it is the temperature gets above 35 degrees Celsius, you know, above 95 degrees, or I guess that's above 90 degrees. And the humidity gets above 86%. And as soon as one of those lower, either the humidity or the temperature, then the earth tries to cool itself and you get these pop-up thunderstorms. There's the thunder. My hearing's not the best in the world, but it kind of sounds like it's all the way around us, so we're probably going to cut out of here in a minute. He didn't get my bait. There he is. It doesn't take much of that moving to get them off there. But they know that trout line's there, and they go right for it, whether it's a big one or a small one. Now in the winter months, sometimes when I'm wanting some shellcracker, I'll fish right off the riverside right there. And it's a pain in the butt. You'll go through some hooks, but get out of here, bug. And some weights, because you're gonna get hung a lot right there. There he is. Oh, I didn't get the hook in him. He felt bigger than what he was. But they do on this ultralight. Now I'm gonna show you something else. You see me, let's let it sit there for a minute. I'm just gonna pull it straight up towards 12 o'clock and then let it back down. And I'm watching that line. And as I thought, that was all the movement we needed to get a fish, because he's slowly going out with it. So we're just gonna come back up till we feel him. And we're on him. If I can get him out of that, whatever he was in. Are you kidding me? And he got everything. All right, guys, I'll be back in a second. Right. You chewing that stick, B? He was trying to walk off with it. All right. Let that get to the bottom down there. Oh, Michael. I looked back at that cloud, guys. I thought I saw some lightning. I wasn't paying no attention. That burn. I let him go way too long. He got me right over there with it. If I could get down there with my knife, I'd cut that trout line. It's not even legal to commercially fish this river, but they do it. What it is you can take 100 pounds of catfish a day off the river and be legal. And that's how they get around it. But I got to order a new prop for my trolling motor because of one of them trout lines. And I can't tell you how many people have told me about having to have work done on the foot of their motor because of those trout lines. Boy, I cannot bend these things with my fingers. I will not buy that brand again. Maybe I've answered some of your questions. You can see that redworms work just as good as earthworms, especially doing this and the way I'm hooking them. I was a little more with it today. I had to take a pain pill just to be able to get out here. Got a numbing patch on my back. There he is. He didn't take it. He just thumped it. There's those white birds I was telling you guys about. They're gonna come in for a drink before they go to bed. And I'm about to go get a shower before I go to bed. As it is. Usually, and I guess I just picked the wrong day to do it, but usually by this time of the evening, it's cooled down to like 78. Sometimes 74, but not today. There he is. That's a good one right there. If I can keep him out of that trout line. That's a fine one there. Yes, sir. GB. That's And I have missed, I don't even tell them how many of these guys. But I'm telling you guys, if y'all will try that technique, and listen, if you've never done it before, don't get frustrated with it. Anytime you do something the first few times, it takes a little bit of getting used to. Oh, you're crapping all over me. Whew. You stink. I got him hooked right in the jaw, right in that hard spot. Probably the only reason I landed him. But he has gone all over me. Uh-oh. I dented my bucket. We'd already got our dozen. And I'm gonna have to use a flashlight to walk out again. That trail we come down is way darker than the rest of it walking out. And if there was a no-see him laying there, it's questionable whether you can see him with a flashlight or not, but I'm gonna let bees, even though it's all that muck. There he is. Oh, I should have paid attention. I'm gonna let him get wet here in a minute so he'll cool down walking out. I guarantee you he got my bait. Nope. Nope. Oh, I thought I had him. But he got it that time for sure. Yep. Yeah, you guys can go to Walmart or someplace and buy you some red worms, put them in a container with some potting soil, not too wet now, just good and damp, where you can squeeze it without water coming out, where it'll kind of hold its shape. Cover it with some wet newspaper and put you some cornmeal before you put the newspaper down. And they'll breed in that. You'll see little green colored eggs. Well, JB, I've caught the seed. I guess we can go now. Oh, he thought I was serious. Okay, I tell you what, we'll go. Let me lose this piece of bait right here. We'll go. We'll get out of here. I barely got that piece on there, but it ain't cooling down none, guys. That's for sure. And I'm not seeing any guards rolling. That's why I know that there's a high pressure system, even though that those thunderstorms are close. Or you'll see one or two every once in a while roll, but when the barometric pressure is right, they'll be just tearing the top of the water up. But I've been missing them on bed this year. Not the gar, the bluegill and shellcraker. But if you're in an area where there's fish, this technique will work. Ah, that must be a little one. All right. Don't get mad, bees. I'm gonna do one more bait and we're out of here. I think they got a 12-step program for fishermen that can't quit. I'll be mad at myself walking out of here with my toes curled, but I didn't leave 10 minutes ago. There he is. This is a good one to end it on right here, guys. And them head shakes, I'm pretty sure that's a catfish. It's a pretty good one. It is. Yep. Nope, that's a dadgum gar. I didn't want you. You rascal. Well, that's a good one to end it on, guys. Now you behave. I'm gonna have to get my pliers. These little needle guards right here, they'll get you if you're not careful. All right, popped it out. Now, you go back home. Go on. Go on. They can live out of water for a long time. And he'll flip over in there in a minute. Go on. There he is. He's gone. All right. Let me get my mess put together here. Make sure I got everything picked up, guys. Hey, listen. Thank y'all so much for watching. And I hope that this kind of clears it up on how to use that technique. And I'll put in the video in the morning before I upload it, you know, what I'm actually doing, so you can see it in the daytime from a side angle. I get somebody to hold the camera for me. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm gonna get JB some water. We're gonna get out of here. Y'all stay safe. Watch out for the alligators. And let me know what you're catching in the comments. And please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to learn more ways to do this, let me know. As my health and weather lets us, we'll get back out this place or other places like it. And I'll show you some other ways to catch them. Till next time, have a good one. Stay safe.